Can you imagine what it must feel like to receive emails from a loved one that passed away? What's up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Erica, if you guys are new here, and I make a lot of spooky videos. So today's story is going to be all about people receiving letters from beyond the grave, receiving emails from beyond the grave, and it's so eerie to think about, and I just wanted to talk about it because A, it affects me personally. I have a story time that I'm planning on doing for this channel later on, but B, it is just so crazy to think about. It's crazy to think about these things because I feel like in its own way, it's like a slither bit of evidence that, you know, paranormal things like ghosts and spirits and all of that exist. I'm not sure how many of you guys are familiar with the Jack Froese story, but if you guys are, and I do miss out on any bit of information, feel free to comment down below and let me know what that is, because I don't want to give out misinformation. I try my hardest not to. So yeah, let's just get right into it. So Jack Froese was from Pennsylvania, and unfortunately he was the young age of 32 when he passed away. He died really suddenly. He died from a heart arrhythmia. It was something that nobody saw coming, obviously. And that's probably why it makes his story just so much more devastating, and just death more devastating, because if you think about it, death can come whenever it wants. There's no rules, and that was kind of the case with him. So one of the very first people that ever received emails from Jack was his best friend named Tim, and this email is really creepy in my opinion. I don't really know how to take it, but the title of the email was, "I'm watching," and this is what the body of the email said. "Did you hear me? I'm at your house. Clean your effing attic." Now that's crazy because Tim actually did an interview with BBC, and he said that right before Jack died, he gave Jack a tour of his attic because I guess they had plans of renovation. I guess Tim wanted to kind of rent out the attic to someone, and it was their thing. They were partners. And he remembered that Jack actually said, "Next time I come here and visit, I will make sure that, you know, the attic is clean," because I guess the attic was dirty or whatever. I guess there was dust and it was just bad, whatever. According to Tim, he actually received that email a week before Jack died, which honestly freaks me out. Especially since it was emailed back to him in November, but that is just insane. And he also said that it's very unlikely that anyone else had access to Jack's account because as far as he knew, Jack was very, very private. He did not share his information with anyone else, and he really only had a couple really close friends and close family members. So it's not very likely that somebody was hacking his account and sending him those emails, especially resending him the emails. I personally don't know how to feel about that, but you guys can let me know how you feel about it in the comments below. I'm curious. I don't know. But what I think is so interesting about his friend's case is that he doesn't believe that anybody would do this to fuck with him, which is crazy. I think that just goes to show how much faith this friend has and how he really misses Jack and how he kind of just wants to hold on to anything that he can. So in the interview that he did with BBC, they asked him if he believes that somebody would try to purposely send him the email to kind of mess with his mind or anything like that, or if he believes that somebody would do it to just do it for any kind of given reason. And and Tim said no, he doesn't believe anybody would do that, but if they did, he's not going to see it in a negative way. He's not going to see it as a way of somebody trying to mess with him. He's actually going to see it positively, it's a good sign, and maybe it's a sign for him to move on and to kind of grieve a healthier way. I just thought that was really cool and really nice that he's taking it from more of a positive perspective instead of letting it consume him, which I feel like most of us would do, especially me. I feel like I'm that kind of person who, if that ever happened to me, I don't know exactly how I would feel. So Tim wasn't the only person who received an email from Jack. He actually sent out an email to his cousin. This one I think is arguably more creepier than the first one, because this one, it was Jack was predicting the future, and we're gonna get into it. So after Jack's death, his cousin actually had a really bad accident, which caused a broken leg, and this is kind of the essence of the email that he received. It's so creepy. But one day, a couple weeks after Jack's friend received his email, he received his in probably December-ish, and this is what the email said. It said, "Hey Jim, how you doing? I knew you were gonna break your ankle. Tried to warn you, gotta be careful." There's no way that this could have been a resent email, because A, he never sent this email to him when he was alive, and he died before his cousin broke his ankle. That is just crazy to me. I feel like whoever, if somebody is messing with this family, they are horrible people, because personally, if I received that email, I would think, okay, yes, for sure, there's an afterlife. For sure, my cousin's out there, and it'd be nice, but at the same time, that is something that you don't do to people. You just don't do that. I don't know. Personally, that's how I feel. He believes that these really were sent from his cousin, but there are some theories that I'm going to get into as to how these emails could be sent to his family members, because there are actual logical explanations. They're just unlikely, in my opinion. I don't know. We're going to talk about it. So what some family members think that happened was that Jack actually signed up for this website. This website's called Dead Man's Switch, and essentially what I'm getting the gist of is that it sends out like pre-written emails, like maybe a month or two after the person submitted their email to like their loved one, and it's supposed to work as a way of reassurance. I don't really know how else to explain it or who actually uses it, but I'm assuming that it's for people who have like terminal illness, or people who know that they're going to pass away soon, so they want to bring comfort to their family by like surprising them with an email. And this service basically like does that for them. They basically forwards them the email at whatever time that the person decides on. But the reason why this is unlikely was because of the fact that Jack's death was sudden, like I said. So that's probably the biggest reason why this theory is being debunked, because yeah, he just didn't know that he was going to die at 32. He didn't know. So I don't believe in that one. The other possibility is just a glitch in the system, especially in his best friend's case. Maybe something happened within like the email account, and the email, like the last message that he sent, was just resent to him. I guess that's a possibility, but it's a very weird, creepy, like coincidence in my opinion. I don't know, it's a little too good to be true. And the last kind of possibility is the possibility that we're all thinking, in that, you know, Jack is out there somewhere, or was out there somewhere, and he was trying to communicate with his family somehow. And somehow he gathered the strength to actually send them emails. I think this one is the most likely, and not because I'm biased, not because I love that. I just think that nothing else makes sense, personally. I don't think that he would send them that Dead Man's Switch thing, because he didn't know he was passing away. I think that it's too, especially in his cousin's case, I don't think that it was a glitch in the system as far as like the email accounts, because that was a whole new message. So I honestly think that Jack is out there as a spirit or ghost or whatever, and he's trying to communicate with his family, and he succeeded. And honestly, that is like what everyone in the family thinks. Oddly enough, everyone that received these emails or experienced this are being very positive, and they're seeing it from a good perspective rather than a negative perspective, which is great. But yeah, guys, that's all for today's video. I hope you guys liked it, and let's have a conversation about this. What do you guys think about this? Do you think that it could really be, you know, messages from beyond the grave, or do you think that it's just baloney, that it's not true, it's not what happened? I want to know, because these are one of those things that I believe in, but I don't really know how to put into words. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up, because that would be greatly appreciated. Also, hit the subscribe button to become a member of the Ghosty fam, and click on the notification bell so you guys can be notified when I upload, because YouTube is an a-hole. I hope you guys like this video. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye.